Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to a brand new video. Now, today in the video you're about to watch is ice fishing. Yeah, that's right, the very fun entertainment value of it. But, I want to kind of explain what you're going to see. So this is the first time I've ever gone ice fishing. And so, we were just kind of doing things as we could. And, I had the GoPro rolling, but I didn't really talk into it too much. I more so just noted through a mental note of what my dialogue was going to be in those situations. And so that's what is going to happen is I'm going to voice over the various parts of the trip. Or not the trip, but the day. Because, I went with some family members and I felt like it was better to have the camera rolling than to kind of just depend on everything about it. Because if some conversation broke out, then it wouldn't make it right to have to include a clip if something happened. So I kind of just went the wayside of, I'll keep this if there's something that needs to be said, I'll do this later, but I'll keep the clip if something does happen, then it happens. And so with that all being said, here is my first time ice fishing. I hope you guys enjoy the video. There we go. Like I said, this was my first time going ice fishing, so we didn't have a lot of gear. We had, I was using some simple old ice rod that I just threw a spinning reel on. It used to be a spin casting ice fishing rod, but I just had a 5-to-1 reel that I put on there, so that's what we rolled with. I don't know what kind of line was on there. It was either mono or fluorocarbon. I have no clue. But, since we only had the basics, I put a jig head on there, so with the jig head I put a yellow Mr. Twister minnow bait. So, that way it would still kind of kick a little while jigging, and even if not, the current would make the tail swim a little bit. But yeah, that's what I decided to run with bait-wise. I could have hooked it up upside down, but I didn't. I also didn't measure out the bait first, which was a big mistake on my behalf. Because doing that, I had no clue where I should have the hook come out, and I think that messed up the presentation of the bait a little bit. Which is always fun. So as you can see right there, I'm trying to adjust it and make it look nice because I didn't measure it properly. So next time I definitely have to measure it right. Yeah, I struggled getting the line out for a little bit. I tried actually pulling it down, and then eventually I just went at it backwards and pulled it from the other side. It came out like a dream. Now, the knot that I decided to use, just because I only had one rod and only had jig heads, is I decided to tie it with a Palomar knot. So just, basically it's known as the strongest knot in the fishing industry, but I just decided to use that since it would pretty much just be a one and done knot for the day. Yellow. once I got the line cut and everything, that's when I was all set to begin fishing. Or more so, waiting for a fish to bite. So where we were fishing for the day was out on a river. So as sleds were going by along the river, you could kind of feel the whole water move along you because they were moving along the far bank from where we were. So as they drove by on the soft spots of the river, the whole river would just shake. And so that's what we're talking about here, because as this last guy went by, he was going the fastest out of everyone we saw on the day, and the water actually came out of the hole. Now, one of the most fun parts about ice fishing has to be how long you basically sit out there. Because it's winter and the water's cold and the fish are not active as they would be in the summer, a lot of the time during ice fishing is just waiting, which is always fun. It's not fun. So after we were out there for so long, we finally decided to call it a day and pack up. So, I reeled all my bait in, had to get rid of all the ice and the tangle that got created during this. Yeah, I don't know how I got a bird's nest with the rod sitting there, but somehow I did. Now, after getting my bait out of the water, I decided to cover the hole back up. Now, I did this just because of how many people were going by on snowmobiles, and with this hole that I'm covering, I was the closest to the tracks out of all the holes we dug that day. So I decided to cover up and get it to be as flat as I could, so that way when it froze over, it would make it so that they wouldn't be going along and then just hit a hole and possibly break their ski. Now, we were out there for about 2 to 3 hours, and at the end of it all, we got skunked, meaning we didn't catch a single thing. Like, no bites, no nibbles. Like, we didn't know what we were doing. We got told this is a good spot. Like, apparently it wasn't. But, the worst part is we came in, and then we look out and somebody set up a hut maybe 30 yards away from where we were, and apparently that's where they fish all year round. So I guess we were 30 yards from the honey hole and we missed it. But, that's what we'll have to look for next time. I hope you guys did enjoy the video, though. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to hit the like button as well as to subscribe, and comment down below anything you want to see, anything you want to hear, anything you want to talk about. Feel free, comment it all down below. But with it all being said, don't forget, don't party too hard, and I'll catch you guys again next time. Have a good one.